Gang, welcome back, guys. I know I haven't had a chance to drive the Mach 1 yet. So, this is Bryce's cart. So you guys know exactly where I'm at. Yep. These guys can't get rid of me. Back in Texas. Melting, baby. Just melting. Oh my God, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping in. We are at Speedsportz. We have, look, Caleb. Caleb is on good equipment now. Now, since he's on good equipment, he can't drive. Kelvin, the Zinger. We're back with him in Texas. We've done some minimal changes. It's been good. Bryce, we've done a lot of testing with Bryce and Mikey. We've gotten a lot faster. So, as this event keeps going on, we learn more and more about the kart. And I will do a complete video on the side about what I learned all this weekend. But I'm only going to post it under the MGM group and make it private for everybody that owns the MGM. So you guys, competitors, if you want one, get an MGM. Other than that, we're doing well. This configuration is changed up, so we're messing with gearing, we're playing with axles, playing with ride height, playing with everything. We're gonna go out there for the first official practice. We got 2 unofficial practices, then we have 2 official practices, qualifying, pre-final, and final. We'll be racing under the lights. It should be a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Should be a good one. Let's see if we can get Captain Slow here up to speed. So for the first practice, Bryce was the only one able to get out there. He got out there late, but he was able to get behind Reagan Seville, and Reagan was real quick all day as well. So the goal was just, I like to go out behind the quick guys to figure out their gearing, to get a better understanding of where we're getting beat, and really we're getting beat on going onto a backstretch. He just sets up the kart in a much better position that we were putting the kart in, and he's able to spring off the corner and get a good run down the backstretch. Bryce was doing a really good job. We had gotten after all the testing we did, we were finally, not playing around with testing as much. So we're finally getting the kart down to the end. So I told Bryce, after a couple laps, just fall back, give him a little gap, and then see if you can reel him in. It worked, but of course, you really don't know what type of tire situation they're running, how much tire life or how much better your tires are compared to their practice tires. So when they came off track, I saw their tires were pretty beat up. Even though we're about 2 or 3 tenths quicker, I knew once they threw on that new set of tires, it was going to be a really big difference. Our tires were not as bad as theirs. Mikey had a really old set on, and so did Kelvin. It looked like Reagan had a pretty old set on as well. So play with gearing a little bit. During testing, we were running a really low gear. So that morning I put a much taller gear on, and then I was just playing on right around the balance. I mean, in the end I missed the gearing a little bit. I probably should have gone up a couple teeth, but carts were working so well. Kids were really quick that it just caught me off guard that we were that fast. Usually when I'm not that fast, I just stack on a couple teeth. He goes in, as you can see there, we just didn't have enough top end gear. And really we didn't have enough bottom end gear. That's really was it. Not the top end part. We didn't have enough bottom end gear. He was reaching top speed faster than we were. That's why he was staying ahead of us slightly. Well, getting these bad boys lined up. The local race here moves extremely fast. Like we were able to get some of the changes done, but Caleb, Mikey, and Kelvin missed first practice because it just came up so quick. We got Bryce out there and we were rolling, so now we're gonna get all of them out there. 1 gear adjustment on all the Caleb. We went up a couple more teeth. The check game on the limiter. And then we did a chassis change, and he's just going to work on driving, just to get this driving down. So, hands down, we have speed. We should be quick. Let's see what happens. So for next practice session, I just kept messing around with setup on the guys. Really just doing the final testing and tuning. I just really want to see what the cart would do in most situations. The guys were flying. That wasn't the issue at all. All three of them were really quick. Bryce, Mikey, and Kelvin were all stupid fast. And by far, it was going to be a four horse race. It was going to be Regan, Bryce, Mikey, or Kelvin. Not much anybody else had the speed to match us on the long run. Really, that's where we really started to shine. The short run pace was there, but the long run pace was really good. I mean, we would nail our fastest lap on lap 3 and then just hold the fastest, like within a tenth of our fastest lap the whole time. Carts look really good. I went really wide on the cart setup this time for the rear. Didn't like it. It started creating a hop on Bryce's, so all I did was narrowed it back up a little bit. I would say grip level at the moment on the track was maybe, medium grip. By the final round, the pre-final that we ran, grip level was pretty damn high. I was pretty shocked. It was close to Charlotte. I would say Charlotte Saturday time frame towards the end. If you ever gone to Springs, right here, Bryce started just to slowly eke out a gap. He was just had a little bit more pace than Mikey overall. The cart settled down as the run went on. So when the tire pressures came up on Bryce's cart just looked that much better. Uh, the aluminum rims would heat up an extra 2 pounds, so I just adjusted at the start of the race, which made it harder for Mikey. But overall, it was quick for sure. It was just quick, and of course, Kelvin was just crazy fast on stupid old tires.
You see, this is why I don't let him be on the freaking video. He wants to be retarded. Hey, hold on, Mike. This isn't car chasing. We're not that good. We're not that good at car chasing. All right.
You interviewed Derek Clark. He waited
Are
for me
you
to start talking
upset?
and knocked the bottle off my hand.
You guys been really quick today. Bryce has been really fast. Mikey's been hanging on to his coat's tails. Reagan was pretty quick. We just learned a couple of our lines that we needed to fix because of him.
Hey, is this your dad's or Calvin?
And Caleb through the chain. And then Kelvin's sleeping, trying to recover from last night. So, practice 2, final practice in the books. We're going out for qualifying. It should be a good one. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be real tight. But let's see how it goes. Let's send it.
So for qualifying, I sent Bryce and Mikey out together. Kelvin went out by himself, and I basically told them get a tow from Reagan. If they get a tow, then we'll be fine. It worked out perfectly. Mikey was able to get a perfect tow, even though he got dropped. He settled down, started to get into a groove, and then started reeling it back in, and he just nailed off a quick lap. They were all running within a tenth of each other. These guys. The one that really had a lot of speed was Kelvin. Mikey and Bryce and Reagan went on brand new tires, and for Kelvin, we threw him out on a good used set of tires. So he had a lot of speed because he ran the lap time by himself on older tires, which was crazy because it doesn't make sense. But yeah, we got Mikey and Bryce dialed in. I still was messing around with setup here and there slightly, but I basically had it 90% there. Um, Definitely playing around between the 22 and the 23. You don't have to run that much negative camber, and you don't have to go as wide in the rear. So that was the biggest change. Usually on the 22, 23, I'm 53 inches, 52 and a half inches in the rear. On the 23, I've been staying around 50.5 to 51 in the rear only. And then the front, I've been actually going not super wide, just wide but not super wide. Overall, Really good run. Super happy.
All right, guys. I always start off like, all right, guys. I don't know why. It's like a habit now. All right, guys. We did it. Well, qualifying in the books. You see, we're kind of a little bit off the game, but we're up. P1 was Mikey. Don't know how. P2 was Reagan Seville. Kid's super fast. P3 was Bryce. He's fast. I did a car. I adjusted the chassis because I'm still playing around with it. So, but I'll have him on the right setup when we go out there. If Chuck doesn't kill me before then. And then Kelvin P4 by himself. And Kelvin's fast. He's always fast. So, Caleb, he's learning the CRG.
He's knocking on top 10. Double share.
That's what we're looking at. Remember, he's running master weight or heavyweight because he carries all the weight, like me. But he's learning a CRG. It's extremely different than what he's used to driving, so
Testing for Odessa.
he's just testing, man. You're going to Odessa?
Yeah, not Amarillo, but I'm going to Odessa and Speedsportz.
Oh man, I'm gonna smoke him.
So the start of the pre-finals. Let me say this did not go as smoothly as we planned. We got a pretty good start. Mikey's car didn't do too well at the very beginning, and he wasn't driving to the best of his abilities. Reason why is I did have to send him out on a little bit lower tire pressure than the rest for being on the aluminum rims. But when the temperature comes up on those aluminum rims, the kart was overall a little bit quicker. So it's a little trade-off. You got to hold on for dear life the first couple laps, and then the wait until a kart comes in. Bryce was able to fire off pretty quickly off the gate. I did send him out there with a little bit higher tire pressure. Right here, when I saw him down the backstretch, I know I missed the gearing for the guys. That gearing, what they ran a little too tired than us. So basically, they were able to get off the corner quicker, hit top speed faster than us, and drive by us down the straightaway. Everybody thinks, oh, he has way more top end. Nah. He was beating the rev limiter hard and just getting to 50 miles an hour faster than we get to 51 miles an hour. So, good job on them. Guys did a really good job holding on. Mikey's car just didn't look too well. He also did a couple slight driving mistakes. He would turn in too early, unsettle the car, had to do some corrections mid-corner. So, once he falls back, he drives a lot better, to be honest. Once the car comes in and he falls back, he calms down and drives a lot better. I made him go out really wide in the rear as well, which probably didn't help him out either. So, and then here Bryce was really wanting second place right away. So Mikey did a good job here. He saw his teammate come in on the inside. I would have never made this move. I would have pushed. And then Kelvin followed Bryce and ended up hip checking Mikey. So Mikey goes from second to fifth and sixth. I know me, I would have waited a couple laps. I would have been not worried at all about the leader running away. This is just due to the guys being just a little bit impatient. So at this point, once Kelvin saw the gloves were off, Kelvin said, well, I'm going to make a pass and go. So really, it was a lot of fighting amongst ourselves at the very beginning. So it's the reason why we couldn't really run down Reagan that well. These guys were just out there to battle it out. Yeah, Kelvin was real fast. His car was working really well. He made the move early, and then went out to try to slow down the pace. I did tell him if things got out of hand, he needs to start making attacks and slow the overall pace of the race down. So you'll see it coming up. He does not wait. Usually Kelvin waits a while and then waits too late to make the move. This time he went early, made the move early, and then slowed the pace of the race down. Now the only part where kind of I could give advice to Reagan would be he actually ended up pushing Kelvin away from the group. And if he would just stay behind Kelvin and kept pushing, I'm not sure if Bryce and Mikey would have ran him back down for the pre-final. But I can understand why Reagan does the move right away. Right here, Bryce gets excited and makes a really I would have not done this move there either. It's an ill-advised move. You made a move at the tightest part of the track, and we have a gear that's not made to pull out of the corner. So that move right there almost took Kelvin out, and then that move set off a chain of events. Once that move happened, Reagan knew he cannot sit behind, so he's gonna attack Kelvin right away. So if like I told him after the race, if you're gonna make a move, you gotta make it down the fast part of the track, either where you end up passing Mikey and Kelvin end up passing you, or you make it down the back stretch. So Kelvin ends up making all his moves going to the first turn. He just gets a really good run out of here, keeps it real tight, and then just sends it in, which is where I would have made the move with the gear I had on too. So just a future reference, this is more of a training thing, a learning experience. Just some areas of the track, Reagan had a really tall gear. He's able to make that move and make it stick, and not worried about getting pulled out of the corners, just because he knew he didn't have the straightaway speed, but he definitely had the corner speed. So this was basically a chess match now. Kelvin did a really good job. Every time I told him, hey, you get past, you attack right back away. Don't push him, just attack him right away. That way we slow the pace of the race down, and then everybody comes in. Reagan started blocking right away with 2 laps to go, I believe, and then it caused a little stack up behind. I don't know if I would have made that move. Then Mikey goes in and sends it in on Bryce, which I'm pretty sure I know why he sent it in on him, just due to the first move of the race. And then Kelvin makes a really good move, slows down Reagan up, and then right here Bryce is able to make the correct move on Reagan. You see him run out of gear, Reagan, and then we just pull around on the inside. So after that, Bryce did a really smart move, used his head, and didn't really battle it out anymore. The top 4 were basically gone. Mikey fell back to 6th and ran back up to like almost 3rd. But overall, it was a really good race. It was really hectic. I was on the sidelines just trying to keep my eyes closed because I was seeing them wreck each other, to be honest. It was like that. I was going to be like, okay, the only ones that are going to take us out is us. That's what's going to happen. We're just going to end up wrecking ourselves, and then we're going to end up taking ourselves out, and then call it good. Call it a day. But overall, that did not happen. We had a really good run, and due to rain and weather, we end up winning the race. Kelvin takes home the win. Bryce P2, and then Mikey raced his way up to P4. Reagan Seville P3. Overall, it was a really good race. It was just, all out. It was insane. It was a good run for sure, but it was intense.
Pre-final in the books. What a good run. There was a lot of hard battling out there. Mikey ended up P4, Bryce P2, Kelvin P1, Reagan Seville P3. Kid's quick. He's the only thorn in our side right now. The kid's fast and he might be beating me on gearing, so I don't know. I'm going to leave the gearing alone, work on the kart. There might be one section of track that the car doesn't want to release. It's the back section, back straight, but I don't know. We're getting killed. Rain might be coming. If it does, I think we're done, and that would suck because top 4 podium would have been locked, or top 4 would have been locked up. It's just how the chips fall is the question. We'll see. Caleb, we got quicker, 6/10 quicker, so he's still working on it, adjusting. He's just getting used to it, man. This is our face right now, like this. We're like, the power's been in and out, and we're racing at night. We need the rain to hold off, but we need the power to stay on too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that we need our way to go. So, it's getting intense. As you can see, the monsoon came. So we went 1, 2, and 4.
And 10.
So Kelvin won, Bryce 2nd, Reagan Smith 3rd, Mikey 4th. Mikey went purple. We learned a lot this weekend. We learned. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We're gonna get soaked, but we're gonna have a blast. Catch me at TSRS. I hope.